So what's big in the news, Ben? Has anything happened this week?
I don't even know if this counts as big anymore.
Yeah, true.
Because we have a fourth Trump indictment. This one was really sprawling. I think 18 people total were indicted in these charges. 41 total counts. The first one, which is racketeering, which violates Georgia's RICO statute, is really the bombshell to me, because it's basically this Georgia DA is saying Trump and all of these other people conspired in a criminal enterprise to overthrow the correct results of the 2021 election.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sprawling indictment, right?
2020 election.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a sprawling indictment. I think, like, this is the one that Trump has the most to be afraid of. I think, like, it's interesting because this one is the only one that's coming. Well, this one in New York is coming from a state, but this one carries with it a lot of jail time if he's found if he's found guilty and is convicted, right?
Yeah.
And because this is a state case, if he wins the election, he can't pardon himself from this one.
Yeah.
So this is the one where it's like he has no federal way of getting out. He can't really even appeal to the Supreme Court because it's all state stuff. So this is really the one that he's really been worried about the whole time, I think.
And I think because of that, it's really weird that this is the fourth indictment, and with it has the most fatigue that comes with it, right? Even though it is the biggest, most sprawling, and kind of most, like as far as a story, it feels like the most important, grandiose thing that has happened. It's still going to get the least attention, and I think like the most amount of people interviewed on the street who wouldn't be able to tell you what's actually in it.
Oh no, I mean, it's a long indictment. It's like 90 pages. How much of that is full text? Probably around like 40, maybe 50, but like a lot of it is just like, you know, legal organization rather than actual details.
Yeah.
But it's long. I mean, it's long.
The vast majority too is the first count, which is just the racketeering, which kind of shocked me. So with this charge, most of the overt acts that they call out in legal speak that contribute to the conspiracy, basically to overthrow the election, totally would not be against the law themselves. Like you have a bunch of Trump tweets that are included in here, but the idea is that put together, these all build the case that yes, they were trying to.
Right. It tells a story.
Yeah.
So like people online, I hear like, oh man, they indicted Trump for tweets. No, they didn't indict him for the tweets. They used the tweets to paint a story of how he was manipulating and conspiring a much larger, more nefarious act of trying to steal the election.
Yeah, totally. To say it's just the tweets is absolutely wrong, because there are 161 unique overt acts cited in the indictment as contributing to this, which is wild. And Rudy Giuliani and Mark Meadows are main characters.
We've been waiting for the Mark Meadows endorsement. I was shocked to see Mark Meadows not in Jack Smith's indictment.
Yeah.
But now he's in this, it makes a little more sense. Giuliani, I've heard reports that he's going to like be going broke fighting this. Like he has no more cash on hand.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get a super PAC to pay all of his legal fees.
Right. He's not using campaign money to fund his legal things. Listen, if you're donating to Trump and you're cool with him spending his campaign funds on legal fees, that's fine. You do you. But that's crazy to me.
I mean, I assume they are.
Yeah, I assume they are too.
Yeah.
You know? But no, I think like this is going to be the case to watch. I think like Georgia also televises all of their cases. So this will be televised.
I saw a tentative date for mid-March.
I saw that too.
For this. I also saw that some experts think that's a little ambitious. It probably won't happen.
Jack Smith is pushing for a January trial.
Yeah.
Which is also ambitious. But like the thing with the Jack Smith thing is if Trump pushes for a date that's so far back from the election, the judge is going to see that as him just trying to wait until the election happens and then maybe be more like aggressive against him and go on more towards Jack Smith's side if he overplays his hand and goes so far past the election.
Yeah. So
it's a game that they have to play to figure out the dates. But I hope they come out January, March. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It gets scarier to me the closer it gets to the election, because then the more that public opinion is going to say this is a Democratic president and Department of Justice persecuting a political enemy.
Right.
And then who knows what kind of unrest will result from that.
No, I know. It's already a nightmare. And like I think that we've talked about this last week, but jailing Trump helps his poll numbers.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think these indictments are helping his poll numbers too. So Marist released a poll today. Marist College is an A- rated pollster. It's a very good pollster. And they had Trump only trailing Joe Biden by 1 point. And he was winning independents by 8 in that poll. Marist is a great pollster. So seeing that is really shocking.
Yeah.
And this isn't after the 4th indictment. This is only after the 3rd. But even so, 3 indictments in and you're winning independents by 8. Even if that data is a little wrong, that's telling a story. You know, that says something. That means that the independents are still up in the air and haven't written them off yet.
Yeah. Yeah, which I suppose doesn't surprise me. And that's where really only a conviction, I think, will move the needle.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, after a conviction, I think a lot of those Republicans who are still voting for Trump, not half, not even 75%, but a good 20% of Republicans, if he gets convicted, is like, yeah, I'm done.
Oh, well, I think the independents.
Oh, the independents for sure.
That 8% leaving independents.
Yeah. That's gone if he gets convicted. If he gets convicted, right? Who knows? But definitely go and read the indictments for yourself if you have the time. The third one with Jack Smith is very interesting, very eye-opening. The fourth one, this Georgia one, is a little less exciting, a little less...
Because it's just a list of thing after thing.
And it's not all about... No, I couldn't. It's not all about Trump. The fourth one is like, there's so many other names, and honestly, I don't even know that it's like I'm not... the amount of information you need to go into this story is insane.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of context you need to understand.
Yeah.
But again, like this whole Georgia thing, this wouldn't have happened if he didn't try to appoint the fake electors. Like if he just went out and he was saying like, I won the election was rigged, it's all fake. It's your legal right to do that. You can do that. No one is saying that he couldn't do that. It's the conspiring to formulate a slate of fake electors submitting forged and improper paperwork, persuading and threatening officials in government, going after the Secretary of State, threatening him with prosecution, threatening him with jail time. That makes you go to jail, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to jail for 5 years for forging one vote. This guy tried to steal an election. You think he shouldn't go to jail? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's why even though it just seems extremely likely, because I didn't go deep in, I don't want to pretend that I'm a legal expert and I know exactly what should happen. But
yeah, I'm not going to say I don't know. I don't know.
It seems, I don't know. It seems extremely likely. And I mean, the pressuring Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Which Pence is on record for saying, and it does absolutely nothing positive for Pence to be out with that.
No, I mean, and when Pence recorded that Trump said, "You're too honest," what does that mean? You're too honest. What does that mean?
Yeah,
like obviously that means like you're too honest to play the game. So there was an article in The Economist this week because I'm one of the nerds who actually reads printed magazines. And they were talking about Trump's only way out. And they said like the only thing that could possibly help him, that this is from The Economist's opinion, is if Trump gets at least one member of the jury on the trial to believe that he genuinely believed the election was stolen. And you only need one jurist to not make a decision because they need to be unanimous, and you can have a hung jury and then he could be free. Right? So that's the only thing he has to do. And that's going to be a pretty hard... I mean, I don't know. Maybe it won't be that hard. We'll see. But that's like, I think that's going to be the defense strategy going forward.
Yeah.
And that's why on Monday, he's going to release a whole report and give a big speech about how the election was stolen. And he's going to rehash the whole 2020 election because he's trying to paint this image of himself that he really thinks it was stolen. That's what he's trying to do when he does this. You know, who knows what he actually thinks, but
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.